Imagine forests of otherworldly trees, craters erupting in fire by day and night, all real, all right here on Earth. While you watch, you'll ask yourself, how can this exist? Who created it? And why didn't anyone tell me before? Brace yourself. From this moment on, every destination is about to shatter your idea of our planet. Breathe in, hit the like button, and get ready to discover that Earth is far stranger than it seems. Some corners of Earth seem like illusions, designed to trick your eyes. Walk through them and you'll question your senses. These places feel less like landscapes and more like living paintings that challenge everything you think about: color, shape, and silence. Valle de la Luna, Chile. Hidden in Chile's Atacama Desert, the Valley of the Moon features pale salt and sand. Over millions of years, wind and erosion sculpted eerie rock formations. Walking across its white-red terrain feels like strolling on the moon, except these stones are completely terrestrial. At sunset, shadows stretch, reds blend into grays, and the stillness makes you feel like Earth itself is far away. Lake Hillier, Western Australia. Seen from above, Lake Hillier is hypnotic, a perfect pink lake framed by pale sand and deep green forest. The pink hue isn't photo editing, it's caused by microorganisms and algae, transforming the water into a glowing mirror, even in a bottle. Up close, the contrast between the blue sky, rosy water, and lush trees feels as if someone dreamed this palette into reality. And yes, the water is safe to swim in. Antelope Canyon, Arizona, USA. This slot canyon of twisting sandstone corridors was carved by wind and water over millions of years. When sunlight pierces its narrow openings, beams slice through the air at immaculate angles. The sandstone walls ripple and fold in hues from orange to deep red, forming curves and textures that resemble fabric or living flames. A walk inside is like entering a silent underground cathedral. Pamukkale, Turkey. Pamukkale looks like a frozen waterfall turned into step-like terraces. In reality, it's white limestone deposited by thermal springs that have flowed down the mountains for centuries. The result? Glowing blue turquoise pools framed by shining natural terraces. People walk barefoot across the limestone, dip toes in shallow, warm water, feeling steam drift upward. From afar, it mimics ice. Up close, you see rough textures only nature could sculpt. Nearby, the ruins of Hierapolis remind us that even 2,000 years ago, visitors sought this surreal wonder. These landscapes show that Earth sometimes seems to play with our concept of reality. They remain here, bold reminders that nature's imagination surpasses ours. Some places look so digital you suspect heavy editing, but they're entirely natural. Fly Geyser, Nevada, USA. In the 1960s, a borehole drilled for water struck a pressurized geothermal source instead. Constantly flowing mineral-rich water built multicolored towers of red, green, and yellow. Vapor dances above in shimmering mist. The smell of sulfur, the bubbling sound, and those hyper-vivid colors. It's Earth's own psychedelic artwork shaped by heat-loving microorganisms. Zhangye Dangxia, China. These rainbow mountains formed over millions of years by mineral deposits layered, folded, twisted, and eroded. The result, hills that look painted in waves of red, yellow, green, and blue. At sunset, reds intensify, gold yellows glow, green lines edge the stripes. Elevated walkways reveal details that no photo truly captures. It's a living canvas, painted slowly across eons. Spotted Lake, British Columbia, Canada. In summer, the lake's water evaporates and leaves dozens, or even hundreds, of mineral-filled pools. Each circular patch shows a different hue, from blue to green to yellow and white. Seen from above, it looks like a board dotted with colored tokens arranged by unseen chemistry. Local indigenous peoples have long considered it sacred, Protected now, it still draws photographers and adventurers who seek to feel the power of a landscape that defies logic. Mount Roraima, Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana. This immense tabletop plateau rises atop vertical cliffs hundreds of meters high, crowned in perpetual cloud. Reaching the summit requires trekking steep paths through rainforest. On top, winds roar, vegetation is unlike anywhere else, and rock formations resemble creatures from prehistory. Many believe Roraima inspired stories of lost worlds, hidden dinosaurs, ancient civilizations. When the mist closes in, only the wind's cry against the cold stone remains. It's a fragment of planet Earth that seems to belong to another solar system. At these locations, color and form merge in ways no CGI can replicate without losing essential subtlety, the breath of life inherent only in natural design. Certain spots on Earth reveal a world where the ground breathes fire, fumaroles tear through silence, and landscapes resemble Mars. The door to hell, Turkmenistan. In the Karakum Desert, a Soviet gas drilling rig collapsed into a cavern of natural gas. To stop toxic leaks, engineers lit a flame, expecting it to extinguish in days. Yet decades later, the crater continues to burn, glowing red and orange by night. Visitors feel the heat, hear the roar of flames, and face an inferno that seems eternal. Mount Erta Ale, Ethiopia. One of the few active lava lakes on Earth, Erta Ale sits in a desert of near-Martian terrain. Reaching it means enduring scorching heat and volcanic dust. At the crater's edge, a magma lake churns in incandescent motion. At night, its glow reddens everything around it, a reminder that beneath our feet, Earth is alive, pulsing with energy. Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. This is one of the hottest places on the planet, temperatures soaring near 50 degrees Celsius. The terrain is dotted with steaming acidic springs, sulfur fields, neon bright green, yellow and blue pools. Crystals layer the surface in glittering crusts. Only the hardiest forms of life survive. Walking there feels like traversing a developing planet, a geological lab wide open. The ground groans, gases sting the eyes, but the vision of a living, breathing palette overshadows discomfort. Lake Natron, Tanzania. From a distance, Natron appears tranquil. Up close, its hyper-alkaline, salt-rich water petrifies animals that touch it, turning them into natural statues. Flamingos breed here amid coatings of sodium carbonate. Red algae give the water its blood-like hue. At sunset, the lake reflects copper and scarlet tones, like a lunar pool fossilizing everything it touches. These are Earth's harshest performances, landscapes that roar, burn, and glow, reminding us how raw and untamed this planet truly is. When Earth freezes, it creates visual wonders just as powerful as any desert or volcano. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. This vast salt flat spans over 10,000 square kilometers, remnants of a prehistoric lake dried into pure crust. In the rainy season, a thin film of water transforms it into a perfect mirror. It blurs the horizon completely, making you feel as though you're floating in the clouds. It's a piece of planet Earth that defies geography. Skaftafell Ice Cave, Iceland. Formed within a living glacier, this cave constantly shifts shape as ice melts and reforms. Inside, translucent ceilings shimmer in electric blue, petroleum blue, and turquoise. Beams of light filter through cracks, casting dancing shadows on the frozen floor. With cracking sounds underfoot, every step confirms. This is a crystal tunnel in motion, a silent dimension shaped by ice. Valley of Geysers, Kamchatka, Russia. In eastern Russia, a valley of steaming hot springs sits aside snowfields. Geysers jet boiling water tens of meters high. Craters vent sulfur smoke that drifts in the cold air, while thermal pools glow in shades of blue and green. The contrast of fire and ice creates scenery so unique that scientists, hikers, and explorers trek into remote terrain just to witness it. Torres del Paine, Patagonia, Chile. Jagged granite peaks rise like sharpened blades into the sky. Glaciers feed turquoise lakes that stretch to the horizon. Wild lenga forests and flowering meadows surround ridges that echo with wind-blown roars. At night, the southern lights dance overhead in waves of green and violet. Torres del Paine feels untouched and alien, remotest corners where silence and beauty converge. These frozen realms whisper the truth. Even in ice, Earth breathes, evolves, reveals itself anew. Our journey ends with places so bizarre they might belong on another planet, but they're ours to explore. Wadi Rum, Jordan. This copper-red desert served as the backdrop for Mars films, spanning vast plains dotted with towering cliffs, deep canyons, and wind-carved bridges and castles. Sands shift from copper to dark red and gold throughout the day. At night, countless stars blaze overhead. Bedouin caravans light fires, painting surrounding rocks in orange glow. Walking here feels like Mars' surface, but under Earth's sky, the white desert, Egypt. Hidden in Egypt's western desert, this landscape is a field of chalky limestone sculptures, columns, mushrooms, abstract blocks, wind-sculpted into forms that mimic modern art. Clean white surfaces reflect brilliant daylight, and under a full moon, the terrain shimmers in silver. Camping beneath these natural galleries is like sleeping in a museum that subtly shifts with the breeze. Socotra Island, Yemen. Socotra's flora defies belief. Dragon trees stand with umbrella-shaped crowns and twisted branches like alien antennas. Their red resin, called dragon's blood, adds mythical color. Succulent plants, swollen trunks, and exotic blossoms scatter across rocky soil. Biologists say experiencing Socotra is like entering an isolated evolution laboratory, a living time capsule of species found nowhere else. Cave of Crystals, Naka Mine, Mexico deep underground. This cavern holds the largest natural crystals ever discovered, some over 12 meters long and weighing tons. These translucent gypsum columns form a glowing labyrinth, but the cave is deadly. Temperatures exceed 40 degrees Celsius with near 100% humidity. Without specialized gear, explorers can only stay a few minutes. Inside, it feels like walking within a mineral heart, Earth's secret jewel kept hidden. When we say alien landscapes on Earth, it's no exaggeration. These places prove that right beneath our feet lies a universe so vast, so bizarre, and breathtaking. They're waiting for those brave enough to see them. And maybe, just maybe, after watching this, you'll walk away knowing that we have barely scratched the surface of wonder on our own planet.